Hello all. Sorry to do this late, but welcome to the preview of the second test of the Australia versus England Ashes series at the Gabba. I know the test has started today, but I've not been able to do the preview lately, so apologies that I'm doing it just after the day one was over. Okay, before I get started, I would like to introduce you to my academic touring school, founded by my wife and I. It's called the Roku School of Excellence. It's an academic touring school that tutors or offers tutoring services for years 5 to 12 mathematics in the form of group and individual classes. We also offer tutoring services for percussion, more so South Indian classical drums, jazz drumming, and octopad, which is an electronic percussion instrument. So if you know of anyone, loved ones, anyone who would like to join or interested, please do get in touch with us. My wife looks after the uh, enrollments and admin side of it, whilst I look after the teaching syllabus and the fees side of it. Okay, so as I said before, the focus of this video is to preview the Ashes. Yes, the Ashes. Okay, last test we saw how Australia really won from an unwinnable position. England lost a game from an unlosable position. So it's more the fact that Australia didn't win it, England lost it. I mean, you had a 40-run lead, you had 2-3 days to chase it, or to extend your lead. You got dismissed cheaply, and it became like batting practice for Australia to chase it down. And who added to that batting practice? Mr. Travis Head absolutely played a splendid innings, scored century, and really took on the second innings like a one-dayer, whilst not keeping in mind it's a test match. But anyway, some key takeaways from that I would like to ask. Okay, there are some key some key thoughts for the games I have heading into this test match at the Gabba. It's a 3 p.m. start. Can we expect a fight back from England? Okay, like I said earlier, they lost the last test from an unlosable position. Australia won it from an unwinnable position. So could we expect a bit of vengeance, anger from the Poms against their arch rivals in cricket? Or will it be Australia just continuing their good form? Like, okay, this is just another form of training for us. Why not? Okay, the second one. Will Travis Head absolutely slaughter the English bowlers? Will he just continue his fine form at the bat? Because he's a match winner. Not because of the 100 he scored in the last test. He's done it before. And he's a good left-handed batsman. Bowling to left-handers it's never easy. Likewise, facing left-arm bowlers is never easy either. So Travis Head was and always provides that, phenomenal component to the Australian cricket team. And they're blessed to have such an asset like him. The third one I have is, will Joe Root and Zach Crawley continue their amazing test form in cricket? Joe Root is an absolute brilliant batsman to watch. Very brilliant. Great shots, takes the bowlers on, and such a composed batsman. But what I want to say, generally when I preview a game, I just leave it at thoughts and just give my final thoughts. However, since the first day of the second test has already finished, I guess this gives me a wonderful opportunity to see if these questions have been answered. Somewhat been answered, already answered maybe, or never answered, or yet to be answered because there's still 4 days to play out. Well, let's have a look, yeah, for that one. So for this one, yeah. Let's have a look. Let's break it down. So England won the toss. They chose to bat. Good on them. Good batting wicket at the Gabba. Gabba is a very bouncy wicket, okay, so it favours a lot of pace. Let's see. Oh, Zach Crawley batted beautifully. Good on him. 76, well made 76. Joe Root. Well, guess what? My question has been answered. He has continued the good form, and he's not out. Who knows? He could add big to his overnight score tomorrow. Let's see, yeah? And everybody else, pretty disappointing. Thought Jofra Archer played alright for his 32, given that he's a full-time bowler and you can't expect much from him with the bat. So I thought he did very, very well. He should be very proud of himself. Next one, and down with the bowling. Mitchell Starc, 6 for. This person has a couple of years left in him. I'll be shocked if he announces his retirement the next year or so. He, for his age, is bowling so beautifully, guys. I think he got 6 for in the first test, or 5 for. He's just backing it up week by week. He's just being so consistent, so accurate, and boy, such a pleasure to see a player like him fire up. Yeah, the rest were pretty disappointing. Nothing to rave about. So Stark was pick of the bowlers. So really, a reasonable score. I wouldn't say it's the best because Australia can chase this. Because if you see Australia's batting, I know Weatherall's on debut, but let's see what he can do. He can come. Travis Head, I mentioned him a few times. If he gets Australia off to a good start, England are in for a long day at the pitch. Okay, it's not going to be easy in front of Australia's home crowd. Labuschagne, Steve Smith can still bat them. Steve Smith's still hitting them alright for his age. Okay, so you've got to contain these people. Green, one of the most talented young all-rounders in the making of cricket. Inglis, Carey, yep, Nessa, Stark, Doggett. So you've got a bit of hitting, and then you got up, down all the way to the tail enders. So, look, if I was England, what I would do, I would bat responsibly, soak up a bit of morning break or the first session tomorrow. Try and add a little bit more to the score. Don't rush to get it for your big hits. So slow down, eat up some time or chew it up as they say, and try and add to it, like scoring 350, 400, whatever you can. Make it a bit more competitive for Australia. Because remember, when the team who bats second, be it in their first innings or second innings, the wicket is going to slowly wear and wear. Okay, so that's something to look out for. So if I was England, I would capitalise on the fact that, hey, I know we're going to enter day two, but expect a little bit of wicket to tear and to wear a bit, which can pose a little bit of challenge to the team batting second, in this case Australia. But of course, nothing worries Australia. They'll just go out there and try and just take the game on, really, like they did in the second innings of the last test. Okay, should be an absolute beauty. 325 for 9 is a reasonable score. I wouldn't say it's ideal. Try and add to it because this is still within Australia's scope. But let's see what happens on day two. Let's see what the Poms have on offer, and let's see how quickly Australia can wrap up England's first innings and get the pads on and see how much they can chase by stumps tomorrow. So it's a game in the balance. I'm not going to say who's in the driver's seat yet. You never know. Because don't forget, England didn't make this score in the first innings of the first test last time. They made much less, and Australia couldn't even chase that. They were 40 runs behind Australia. That was like, what, 130 all out Australia? So they were still 40 runs behind. This is at 325 already. So if you go by logic, you would think that, hey, England could get first innings, but I'm not going to put any, I'm not going to jinx anything because we have a lot of cricket to play out. It's going to be an interesting, enthralling contest the next few days between these two sides, formidable opponents. Okay, so I'll leave it there, everyone. That's my end of my preview. Review of the day one of the test. My next video on the Ashes will be after the game is over, this test match, depending who I talk about for a victory. Anyway, take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now.